One of her most recent videos has over 27,000 dislikes. If you go to her channel, the majority of her videos have always way more dislikes than likes. Not that that really matters in the algorithm, because it doesn't, but there's a concern here, and I'm going to show you a bunch of comments that are just taken from one of her more recent videos, and you decide for yourself with this. There are hundreds upon hundreds of comments like this in every single one of her videos. Having a conversation with this individual about this topic is a very, very hard conversation to have. Because one of the biggest problems if you go to her channel, if you visit her Twitch streams, is the fact that there is a thing known as toxic positivity. I'm all for people being positive and being happy and being, even when things are difficult, being happy and positive. I get it. But there's a point where that it's not realistic. And when it becomes that point, it becomes toxic positivity, meaning that even when bad things are happening, even when you are destroying yourself on your body, or you're just doing something that's very self-destructive and even potentially putting your life in danger, you mask it as, oh, I'm happy, oh, I'm cheerful, oh, I'm positive, just as like it's going to sweep everything away. That's what I mean when I mention toxic positivity. It is a real thing. It's important to have a balance of realism and when something bad happens or you're being self-destructive, that you can be able to acknowledge that and try to get help for it and seek help so you don't do any more damage to yourself. I made a video about this person over 2 years ago because I'm just not comfortable doing that. And I really don't want to trigger anybody, because if you go to her comment section, you'll even find people who are recovering from ED. It's abbreviation for eating D. I just realized that sounds like when I say ED, I'm trying to make this advertiser friendly in a way that's not going to get me completely demonetized, because we have found that there is a thing that anytime somebody mentions this girl's real name in the description and the tags, it just automatically gets flagged and demonetized. But every video that she makes always has ads on them. It just is really strange to me. So I'm trying to make this advertiser friendly and have a serious conversation about it. When you go to her channel, you will find people unsubscribing to her, constantly saying, I can't deal with watching you anymore. You are triggering me to LAPSE. And that's a problem. If you have 2.3 million subscribers and you have people who are constantly, literally every single comment, of the thousands upon thousands upon thousands, there's very few positive ones. But the last few remaining positive ones are people who are also experiencing exactly what she is dealing with. So it reinforces the idea when people who are struggling with ED see this stuff, they're like, oh my gosh, my favorite influencer is literally destroying themselves. I'm going to be influenced to do the same thing because I'm stuck in this mental circle of not being able to get help. And this illness is literally destroying me, but I see my biggest influencer doing the same thing, so yeah, let me jump right in. And that's a problem. That's a problem. When your audience, when you have 2.3 million subscribers, and literally every comment is saying, please stop, please get help, please, you are impacting people in a very negative and dangerous. People have lost their lives to this ED. Okay, it's a real thing. Men have dealt with it. Women have dealt with it, and there's a lot of environmental circumstances which cause somebody to go down this path. And one of the most disturbing things about this channel that she has is, and I'm not going to show this, but the video's there, and most of you guys, if you know anything about her, you know what I'm talking about. But the mother of this girl plays a very, very big place in, I believe, her videos and overall physical health. Because if you look at the mom is not exactly, she's kind of the exact opposite of her daughter, not the exact, she is, being on a very big, larger side, nothing wrong with that. However, the problem is that she reinforces and I believe exploits her daughter. And the reason I can say that is there are videos of her mom, and more recently, there's a video of them in a store, and the mom basically pressured her daughter to wear a bathing suit in the store around people. And you can even, if you watch the video, you can see that the daughter, is very uncomfortable and she doesn't really want to do this, but she's doing it to make the mom happy. And that's scary. And that's scary that the mom is literally exploiting and putting her daughter in a position, and her daughter's trying to please the mom, because that's a really common thing. And by the way, the daughter is 27 years old. We're not talking about a 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old a young person, right? We're talking about an adult who's almost 30, who has ED, and that's reinforcing ED to her audience, who is having a mother who is exploiting her ED, and a mother who is taking her money and finances, by the way, that she makes through, and her mom controls everything. Which is just, it's crazy to me how dangerous this channel is, but how dangerous this girl has become on her own channel, and how dangerous she's influencing people in a dangerous way. I know I just said danger, 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 but it's true. No, I'm not gonna cookie cut this in a happy, lovey-dovey way. I made a video about this individual 2 years ago. I said that I had no solution, and even now, I still don't have any solution. I don't have a solution to the problem. I feel like YouTube at this point is kind of involved in some blood money, if you know what I mean. Because there was a point where she was in recovery and she was getting help. And then that just kind of like backfired. And personally, and this may be controversial to some, but I feel like the Shane Dawson videos that he did with her, I think that really actually negatively impacted her, and it brought a large influx of young people to her channel, which then reinforced this, again, influence that this is normal to look like this. And I'm gonna say it, it's not. It's not. Weighing 70 pounds and literally your bones are popping out in every which way is not healthy. It is not normal. You can pass. Your life can be lost from this. And that's why it's concerning, is because this is the only channel that is this big that does this. I don't know what YouTube is doing. And it's so scary to witness this and see the comments and see people, thousands upon thousands of people are expressing concern all of the time. Go to one of her more recent videos. Look at the comment section. I'm not BSing when I mention this. Fans have unsubscribed. Her own audience has practically turned on her. She's dealing with a 27-year-old adult who's in a horrible situation, who can't seem to get the help that they need, because the mother and some of her fans are reinforcing that this is normalized behavior and this type of illness is okay to live by, and I'm just scared. It's scary. I don't know what else to say. I don't think there's anything I can do. Obviously, I don't want this person to have a loss of life. And the hardest thing for me to watch is the toxic positivity, because I've talked to her a few times on Twitch in her live streams, and she's this happy, giddity girl. And anytime somebody raises real concern, she either blocks them, says that she's fine, and that it's nobody's business to judge her. Which, in a normal instance, I would say, you're right, it's not our position to judge you if you were in a place where you're not utilizing ED and glorifying it and influencing people in a negative way to potentially harm themselves, you know? Then I would say, yeah, you're right. But it's not my place to judge, but it is my place to judge when you're putting this out on the internet for people to consume and you tell people that you're fine and there's nothing wrong. And then and then you block them. She's been blocking a lot of people who raise concern. So it's just, I don't know, guys.